Hello guys, and welcome to today's video. And today we're going to be discussing some huge Gamesir G7 Pro pre-order update information, because yes, there has been an update, a development with the ongoing issue with the Gamesir G7 Pro pre-orders. Some of you have pre-ordered the white controller, myself pre-ordering the black and red controller, and most of us, if not a lot of us, have not received shipping information, details, anything when it comes to the Gamesir G7 Pro. There seems to be a big issue with Gamesir themselves with actually getting and shipping out their own controller, and people have even managed to still go to Amazon and collect Gamesir G7 Pro controllers, as more and more listings keep randomly appearing and being taken down, and some people keep grabbing those controllers. So if you're randomly sniping it from the Amazon page, you're actually getting the G7 Pro before the people who are actually pre-ordering through Gamesir themselves. But there is some information, there has been a development, and for me personally, and I have seen more of this on the Reddit itself, but it looks like more and more people are now starting to finally receive those emails, not just confirmation emails, but actual emails showing their shipping details and tracking information. And I myself can confirm that my G7 Pro is on its way. I have shipping information for the black and red controller. So if any of you are asking and wondering what's going on, because I've seen a lot of the white controller being sent and shipped out. Some people have actually received theirs now, but a lot of people with the white controller were receiving their pre-orders and that. I might be one of the first few who's actually getting their black and red controller. I haven't seen many confirmations of it, but I'll flash it on the screen here. I am receiving or have the tracking information for my G7 Pro, which is again the black and red edition of the controller, which at the moment is going to look like it's going to be limited edition. There doesn't seem to be, well, they're going to be produced to the controller still, but it doesn't seem like it is available to pre-order at the moment, whilst they are getting through the backlog of how many people have pre-ordered this controller. So let me know in the comments if you are also one of those people who has received their tracking information finally. Again, I personally have, so I can hopefully expect this controller very, very soon and actually post a video using it, probably reviewing it, settings, you name it. It's all going to be coming very, very soon. But let's get into some more information and updates. And this is one I want to kind of ask, has this happened to you guys? Because there has been a few people, and I'd say it's like 2 or 3, but there could be many more who just haven't posted to this Reddit, with this big update that's really, really poor from Gamesir themselves. Now, I will start by saying, before I read all this out, that they have rectified the situation, at least with this guy, but this is extremely poor from a company. I don't want to absolutely tank on the company. You know, I expect big things from this controller. It's probably the first time this company's had to deal with such a big, pre-order and stuff, but this is pretty poor, I can't lie. This is something that was extremely poor to see. But let's get into it. What is it? Well, it's a post here on your screen right now, which I'm going to showcase, which says, "Warning, Gamesir cancelled my pre-order because I asked for a confirmation email." And as the title suggests, yes, this guy had his pre-order cancelled, all because he asked for a confirmation email. Not the tracking number, not anybody to, hurry up and get his order on the way. He just wanted the email that some people haven't received, confirming that his pre-order of the controller was successful and that he would have, his controller at some point. So he has it here. He put, "I pre-ordered the Gamesir G7 Pro controller directly through the website, like most of us have, on June 16th. So he pre-ordered way before I did. I pre-ordered, what, two or 3 weeks ago? But he was charged immediately. Again, most of us have been charged immediately as well. After checkout, the site said I'd receive a confirmation email and never did. No order number, no receipt, just a checkout screen that he screenshotted." So thankfully he did that, because obviously you can use that information to say, like, I've pre-ordered my controller. Where is it? Where's my confirmation email? At least to say that I am getting this controller. But weeks went by without any updates. Around July 22nd, which was the date Gamesir had said the pre-orders would be shipping, which, as you all know, including myself, we haven't received our, updates or shipping information even on that day. Nothing at all. It's been a bit of a mess from Gamesir themselves, and we obviously know why that is if you go and look at my previous video. But yes, so he contacted support to ask for his confirmation email to be resent. That was it, just his confirmation email. He wasn't asking for shipping info, just the basic confirmation that every buyer should receive to say that he is getting his controller, and that, the money that's left his account is for that controller that he will be getting. But anyway, it replied with a generic message, which is probably some AI, or automatic response. Most companies do this now with emails. So he followed up again, specifically asking for a real response for someone to either send him the confirmation email or tell him how he could cancel and get a refund if they couldn't help. So that's what it said. He said, either give him the confirmation email or tell him how he could cancel and get a refund. Not to do it. It did not say to get a refund and to cancel it. But then here's the most absurd part. So instead of assisting him, and sending him a proper email, they cancelled his order. They didn't ask him. They didn't say, did you want to? They cancelled his order. No warning, no confirmation that a refund had been processed either, no apology, just a cancellation email. That is beyond ridiculous. And again, I don't want to like absolutely tank on this company. I do think what they do is great. I think they are bridging the gap between a pro controller that's actually affordable for people with actually good functions. You know, it's not cheap. It's not made to be terrible. It's actually doing a lot of good things, but they can't be doing this. You know, they've got to have higher standards than this. They're just, all I'm saying from this video really is they need to have better standards and they need to do better in the future, which hopefully they will from this. Hopefully they'll learn a little bit from this. But yeah, so the most absurd part as well from this email, not only did they send this and cancel his pre-order, they finally sent the confirmation screenshot he'd been asking for as an image embedded in the cancellation notice. So they clearly had his order info the entire time, but couldn't be bothered to resend it until they decided to just nuke his order, just get rid of his order. And it says here, to make matters worse, I checked the back-end order page it sent me. It showed that his order status was still marked as unfulfilled as of July 27th, meaning even after 5 weeks, they hadn't even began to ship his controller. A bank statement he has proves that he was charged, but not what he ordered. He didn't have the same screenshot from the original. If I hadn't had the same screenshot, from the original checkout, I'd have no evidence of the order at all. But yes, what a disaster. But I will follow up with, there was a post in the comment section here, and I'll put it right here as well. I'll post it on the screen. It says, from the Gamesir mod or a Gamesir rep, it says, the situation is shocking. OP, please send your ticket number and tracking. He shall make it right again. If any of you see this and have similar frustrations, please comment below so they could know. So yeah, this is not a good look. This isn't very professional. This isn't a good look for all. I also want to know, any of you guys with the, like having this issue as well, because you might want to get in this Reddit and start putting, you know, posts out there to say that you have also had your pre-orders cancelled, because it seems like there have been more than one people or more than one person who have had this happen. So I've got another guy in the comments here who says same here, and then edit, they just sent an email that is shipped with a tracking number. But yeah, a lot of people, well, some people seem to be having this issue where they're now just getting cancellations, you know, and I don't know if that maybe was Gamesir trying to maybe reduce their backlog a little bit. Again, I don't want to like think things, you know, put words into people's mouths and stuff and start conspiracy theorying, you know. But it's not a good look, is it? It's not a good look for this, for a company, just and PR wise, right? I know they can say sorry many times, but the sorry should have started with the whole, you know, people trying to get their controllers and not getting their controllers, but then to have people actually getting their controller orders cancelled when they haven't asked for them to be cancelled, when they're also, you know, dealing with the delay and having to wait for a controller they expected on July 22nd, and then going through the issue of possibly losing that controller altogether, must be absolutely rage-inducing for any customer. Like, I'd be raging if that was me. So it's not a good look, but to put it out there, the controllers are starting to ship, at least I believe so. The white controllers specifically do seem to be shipping out quite consistently now. I think a lot of people, or some people, have started to actually receive theirs, and I've seen videos on YouTube now of people posting with their Gamesir controllers and that. So let me know down below, have you received even your shipping information? Have you had your order cancelled? Have you received your controller at all? And which version you use it as well, because that's what I want to know. Again, I have the black and red controller on pre-order, and it is now being shipped. It is coming from China as well, so it's going to take a little bit of time. If you guys wanted to know where these controllers are coming from, I do believe they're all just going to come from China. That is where mine is coming from as well. But you also might want to wait. Again, August 10th, I will say that Amazon is supposed to officially be able to sell the controller then, officially. So you won't have to like sit there and snipe Amazon, because at the moment Amazon keeps randomly listing the controller. I believe it's just the white version, but they do keep randomly listing it. So if you want to keep like looking around, maybe have something set up where you can find out when that goes live. I know people obviously have bots to know when things go live for different things, and maybe you want to do that with this. But the G7 Pro has been randomly going live on Amazon, and people have been getting those shipments. Like, people have been able to pre-order and then get those shipments of their Gamesir controllers, the brand new G7 Pro, from Amazon before those who have pre-ordered through Gamesir. But you guys let me know down below what you think. I hope this provides you with the information you know. You should start receiving information soon if you haven't already. Let me know down below what your situation is, and, you know, maybe I'll be able to help you out with your situation if you have got anything that is not going right with your pre-order. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe, notifications on. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Goodbye.